What up, y'all? Conscious One coming at you. Hope y'all having a good day and a good evening. We're going to go ahead and narrate Bobby Hemmitt Clones Part 3. This is going to be the final of this particular video. We're going to be doing more Bobby Hemmitt clone stuff, but we're going to go ahead and finish off this particular link. I got about 13, 14 minutes left, so let's just get right to it, guys. Let me see.
Certain America, the government and all this shit, if you never had no knowledge. But we know from the late 80s to now, we have been bombarded with some of the greatest knowledge that ever hit the planet. And yet, some of the black people that's experienced that shit is back in the church, and some of them vote. That's right. That's right. And then I said, wait a minute. First of all, they tell you that the only thing on this planet that can free you is knowledge, gnosis, the divine knowing. Now, we have been given the knowledge now, and yet, it's still like we in the 1950s. That's right. Work, because you gave it to the niggas in the 1950s, they would have been bed with this. I said, these is clones, but then the ultimate thing came. That's right. All you got to do is go back and go into your memory bank. So, I was born in 1960.
Yeah, you're supposed to, you're supposed to get better. You're supposed to be more advanced than your parents and your grandparents. You're not supposed to have your great-grandparents a certain way, and then you just keep sinking lower and lower. It doesn't go like that. Okay? So, Bobby Hemmitt, he's right and exact. It's got to be clones. It's got to be robots. And then we have more access to technology than we ever had before. So when you consider that, along with the fact that your great and great grandparents were living in the Jim Crow era, allegedly, as black people, and they were more advanced than these black people nowadays who have all this access to knowledge. It's got to be clones. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell.
Same year as so-called Princess Diana. That bitch, I was born the same year, 1961, 1997. I was born in 61. But I went back to the 1930s, I went back to the 20s, and I started time traveling, plus I started doing some case study. Now I want to show you something. Let's just understand basic evolutionary process based on cultural perspective or social perspective. In a culture, I don't give a damn what culture it is. And because we live with white people, therefore we benefit with white people. So therefore, if they copy some of the best stuff out of our culture, we should be able to get the backwash of that shit. I want to ask this question. If your parents and your grandparents was a certain mentality and at a certain level, 3 generations down the goddamn line, that person, 3 generations down the line, is supposed to be more advanced than the grandparents. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Now let's go back and do this case study. Black people, we're going to take an era. Black people from the 1930s, 1940s, and the 1920s. 1920s, 1930s, and 1940s. Now, these people were the grandsons and the great-grandsons of slaves that was mutilated in slavery, or the greatest Holocaust ever to hit the damn planet. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yet, they produced a culture that wore the suits and the shit better than the white man.
Yep.
The jazz.
Baseball league.
And an upward mobility. A northern migration.
When you look at everything black people had in the Jim Crow day, we had our own baseball league. Integration was the worst thing that ever happened to black folks. Integration. All this stuff about not being able to drink from the same water fountains as white people. Now, why the hell would I care about taking a crap with the white man? Like, why? Why would that even bother me so much? I want to drink from the white man's water fountain. God damn it. I'm marching. I want to crap with a white man crap. I want to sit my ass on the same toilet seat as the white. Does that even make any sense? No, it doesn't. That's how we know the whole see evil rights movement, it was all propaganda. If you had to ask the average common sense black people back in the day, they would have told you, I don't give a damn about being in no white people's schools or drinking from their fountains or going to their, I don't give a damn about that shit. Anyway, we got our own restaurants. We got our own stores. We got our own laundromats. We about to build our own hospital. Who the hell ever said that we wanted to integrate? Integration is the worst thing that ever happened to black folks in the 20th century. We were doing just fine and dandy by ourselves, separated.
They produce the culture. That's the way I want you to hear this. How can a motherfucker produce a culture out of slavery? You just been mutilated months before. You come out of slavery and you produce a goddamn culture. That's vast and grand. Black baseball, black doctors, black lawyers, black this, black that. In the 1950s, you was a powerhouse.
Yep.
Black segregated schools that were producing geniuses with less material than the white man. And you produce.
They wanted to integrate because they wanted to benefit off what we had. It's always the people that's like calling other people inferior, that's like really trying to steal their gifts. And we're not talking about just a black and white dynamic. You know, I got people who don't even like me that's watching my YouTube channel. Why they watching my YouTube channel? To steal my ideas, to steal, kill, and destroy. But I'm telling y'all, my shit is like guarded like the Egyptian tombs. You open my tomb, there's a curse waiting for your ass. You try to say something I say and go behind my back and go claim it as your own. That's your ass. Like I told y'all, I'm anointed. I do not have to be around to witness when mothers get what's due to them for playing games with me. It don't matter I'm behind a computer screen and you miles away. I don't care if you're on another planet. Once God anoints you, that's it. They watching, they know everybody that's watching you. My angels know everybody that's watching me. And they like right there beside you, just daring you. They just daring you to even say something bad about one of the anointed ones. But yeah, it's always the person who's calling you inferior, who's not respecting you, that's still watching everything you doing, trying to steal your gifts.
A powerhouse out of slavery. But yet, these are the grandparents we're supposed to evolve beyond them. Yet, we borrow squalor now.
Doesn't make sense. Something had to happen.
But
yep.
They had less to go on than us.
They had less materials.
They didn't have access to the education. We sitting right beside the white man.
Yep.
They didn't have access to the books. They didn't have access to the dog. We can listen to a cassette. We got more literacy than them, although more of them graduated high school they could read. We got more literacy than them, just on a per capita basis. We fucked up. But my point is, we even got TV ready to learn shit better than the motherfucker from the 30s. Something had to happen when all cultures are supposed to go more advanced in the person than your grandmama and them. How can you have nothing in slavery and create a
we're not building as much wealth as our parents and great grandparents were able. It's you're supposed to advance, and I'm not speaking about just black people with that. I'm speaking about everybody, the whole thing. We have been devolving. Even white people have been devolving from what their parents were able to do. Okay, you could say well, if you compare it to the baby boomers, I don't care if you white or black, you have devolved from the 50s and the 60s of what your parents and your great grandparents were able to produce mentally and financially.
Culture in America copies.
I read an article, they said that the baby boomer generation has made 9 times, thinking about this guys, 9 times more than I think they said from generation, I can't remember, was it X or something? But basically, the people from the 50s made 9 times as much capital than somebody that was born in 1990. Okay, so they're not trying to have us advance. I don't care if you're black and white. They're trying to devolve humanity. They're trying to destroy humanity.
And create the only American classic that they got. You see, that's right. Jazz, that's right. Funk, rock and roll, blues, gospel, and all that shit. And now, here you are, 20 years or 30 years in advanced culture. And yet, we're a motherfucking bunch of damn savages. It can't happen to a culture like the black people. It had to have been cloning. Now go back and do this math on this shit. We started going back down.
Boy, y'all, this man is a genius, man. I tell y'all, he's the master teacher. Boy, he can really get you thinking.
And the whole Star Wars trilogy is talking about that shit. That's right, it's on. But it also gives the out, because it always gives the out. And so that's where we are now. When Luke Skywalker had to pick up to kill the Emperor, and that's what we dealing with now. You see, you getting this stuff, this is some amazing shit here, but it's real. Because ain't nobody teaching you nothing. You go to the mosque, you ain't getting shit. I want to ask you something. I want to know. I want to know that it's got to be something sick with any God. They say I gotta be obedient to him any goddamn way when he made me. That don't make no sense. I'm not just a subordinate deity. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense.
When y'all hear Yaldabaoth, Yaldabaoth is the god that created the Matrix. Go look it up. Yaldabaoth. Yaldabaoth. He's the demiurge. He's the entity that everybody's praying to when they go to church on Sundays. Yaldabaoth. Okay. Like Psalms chapter 82 verse 6, I believe it says, we are all God's children of the Most High gods. Yes, we are all gods, but we have supreme ones. And basically, your divinity is based on your involvement. Just like when Jesus told the disciples, "Greater things you should do than I," because we're seeking to have Christ. We're seeking an anointing. Everybody who's trying to advance right now should be seeking an anointing, an upgrade in consciousness. And we know that they're doing everything that they possibly can to stop people from rising in consciousness. Because if you rise in consciousness, the matrix is just going to slowly just disappear. It's just like the Bible saying, the blinking of an eye, you'll be here, and next thing you know, you'll be over there. I told y'all I'm not in 3D anymore. I can't be in 3D with these numbers that are showing up. That's not third dimensional mathematics. That's on another level. That's why I said what y'all witnessing is a miracle. And that's why I won't entertain anybody in the comment section being condescending, disrespecting me any kind of way. I'm just going to ignore you. Okay? Why are you looking at my channel anyway? I'm a nobody, remember? I only get like 10 views and no thumbs up. You shouldn't be watching my channel. I mean, if you want to be better, why watch a guy that only can get 10 views? Or why try to argue with a fool that only got 10 views? Go watch somebody that got like 1 million views. They'll help you. They'll help lead you to the right path, okay? But yeah, I'm not going to tolerate anybody being condescending and disrespectful in the comments with no face. You're just simply not going to be tolerated. But yeah, guys, if people advance, if everybody's pineal gland awoke, this matrix would just disappear, basically. So yeah.
Church, this is another thing. How can a person, you both come out of slavery, you both pray to the same God, but yet he gonna bless some black people, and he ain't gonna bless others. people walk around and say, I'm blessed by the Lord, and the reason why you ain't blessed because you don't believe in the Lord. Yeah.
Actually, a blessing means a curse. Go look it up. To bless somebody actually means to curse them. When you say God bless you, it actually means God curse you. Go look it up.
Every motherfucker that ever said he was blessed by the Lord was some fucked up motherfucker. You went to hell.
Right.
Every holy sanctified bastard was always fucked up. Them motherfuckers you wouldn't even be around. See what I'm saying? A lot of the people so-called call themselves blessed is fucked up individuals. See what I'm saying? Now I want to know what kind of God gonna bless one person, don't bless the other one. So God knows your heart.
No one can ever say I'm blessed when they have a house, because you can always point to somebody who's the most evil bastard on the planet. The most evil bastard on the planet has all the wealth. I mean, what, the queen owns most of the land on the earth, right? So you can't come with that shit. Oh, I'm blessed because God gave me a house. I'm blessed because I'm driving this Mercedes. You still don't even have a drop in a bucket compared to the most wicked people on this planet.
Hey, goddamn nigga I know in church is a damn hypocrite. So obviously something got me going down with this whole shit. So my point is, this is the real shit, what we dealing with here tonight. You know, so what I'm saying, right here, what I'm saying that the key is, go back. He's saying the Clone Wars. Now, in this book, The Black Sun, Montauk, the Nazi and the Tibetan Connection by Peter Moon. This is the new one. This is the fourth installment. Look, after World War II, subsequent occupation, Germany allied military commanders were stunned to discover, when penetrating the depths of the Nazi regime, the state of secrets. The world's best kept intelligence organization was not the least of these revelations. Also discovered was massive maintenance research files on secret societies, eugenics, and scientific pursuits, boggled in imagination and of the Allied command. Even more specific, even more spectacular was the entire web of underground rocket flying saucers, factories, because you know your flying saucer shit with Area 51 came from the Nazis, which was your crash in Roswell was based on the German shit. Accompanying technology that still defies ordinary belief. Technology from these people. Missing U-boat fleet, possessing the most advanced submarine technology in the world, left many wondering if the Nazis had escaped, yet more secrets even with Hitler, or even with Hitler himself escaping. My point is this. In here, I said it back in July. The Spirit came and told me that George Lucas and them created the Star Wars shit, and it was going on now. Now, I only got this book an hour before I got on the bus to come speak to your ass, so I ain't getting the shit. And we read the shit on the bus, and the only shit it did was validated what I already put in the motherfucking lecture a month ago, 6 weeks ago. And what I started telling you when I came in the last damn time. In here they go into Mark Hamill, which was the person who played Luke Skywalker. And then they say Mark Hamill, remember they had that big flood? Was it a flood or the fire? Mark Hamill's house was that was big ass, the big Malibu fire. Mark Hamill was the only house that didn't burn up. Mark Hamill, they say, did a damn ritual. An Indian ritual from India. Or was it Indian, Native American? Native American.
So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right here. You already know in part 1 is where the link is, because this lecture he did is part 1 through set 7. We've only went over part 2, but that was the meat of the lecture. So we're gonna cut it off there, guys. And the next time I do a narration of Bobby Hemmitt talking about the clones, is going to be a completely different video because there's still more stuff that he talked about. All right, so we finished with that. Now I can move on to something else, and I'll holler at y'all later. All right, peace.